Hey everyone, Kate here. Welcome back. Today's video is something new. I decided to try my hand at building. Historically, I don't really do much in the build mode except pick furniture or whatnot in already made houses. I even prefer to get ones off the gallery that are already furnished that I know my sim can afford and go that way. But I thought, like I said, try to get out of my comfort zone, try new things. I decided I'd try my hand, not give it. I'd try my hand at building. I did previously build a restaurant that I really liked, and I wound up losing because it was in one of my saved files. Silly me, didn't save to my library. I know, shame. Anyway. So I really liked doing that the first time, and of course I ran my own restaurant. That was one thing I really missed from prior Sims games. Like, Open for Business was one of my favorite packs besides Seasons. Seasons has always been my favorite pack, but the Open for Business one I think was probably my second favorite. And then, of course, Supernatural. Anything Supernatural would be right there with it. Especially the vampires, and the fairies. I really miss having fairies in the game. I thought those were so fun. Anyway, sorry, I'm off topic. Okay, so I am building a restaurant, and I wanted to have a romantic setting where you could go on a date that wasn't like Chase Llama, that's really ritzy and dressy and classy. I wanted something a little more down to earth, fun, but not like not like a diner where you just go, in your average clothes. I wanted you to be able to dress up but not have to look like the belle of the ball. So I did party as the required clothing because those can be kind of dressy, really fun. You think party, you think fun, woo! And I think this restaurant really kind of just oozes the fun vibe. There is a lot of color inside this restaurant when I get done, and there is a lot of light. But I wanted to incorporate a lot of the stuff from the movie night pack, which I didn't really use as much as I wanted to from it, but I used enough that you could tell, I think, kind of what the theme was. You may not know that was the original theme, but I'm sure you get it from all the color. Anyway, I went with a lot of blue, and the lights, I used the lights from the movie night pack. There was, I think, 2 in there. One of them has a three-tier thing, that had 3 lights, and then there was the one that was a star-looking shape, and I thought that was really neat, and it looked great above the tables, and oh my goodness, does it put off a ton of light. I put lights everywhere, and this restaurant is so bright. When it's done, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I actually had a lot of fun building this, and I really like the way it turns out. I hope you do too. And that right there, the fountains outside that window, I thought that was a really nice touch, especially for whoever gets seated inside the window. And when I play tested this, that's where they sat, which it would have been perfect, except it was winter and the windows were glazed over or frosted over. So, I mean, you could still see it. Sorry, everyone. You could still see it, but it wasn't as pronounced as it would be had the glass been clear and you could have, seen right through it. But it still worked. They loved the decorations. I think they had a really great time. Everything works. Your host, you can interact with your host and your waiter and get your food and eat and all that good stuff. So everything works. The bathrooms work too. I double checked to make sure that they were accessible, because we all know how it is when your Sims gotta go. Anyway, other than like the decorations and all the lights and the color, which I know some people are, I wouldn't say scared of color, but like color's not their thing. I don't know how they'd feel about this restaurant. They might like take one look at it and go, nope, we're going somewhere else tonight, honey. That's a really big poster. Picture. I wanted something smaller for that corner. My main idea for this build was to have kind of like a mirrored or butterfly look to the restaurant. Like, I wanted the left side and the right side of the room to be equally balanced, like not too much on one side, not too much on the other. And I think I accomplished that. I didn't want it to be exactly the same, which in some places it is. But then there's other places where it's not. So I think it kind of balances out and looks really nice. And once I get all the lights and stuff in there and the floors done and the walls done, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I hope you do too. If you are looking for a great place to take your sim, this is the place. So since my theme was like movies, well, it started as movies, and then I didn't use as much from the movie night pack as I wanted to initially, but like I really didn't find a lot of things that I liked to put in here. So at first I named it Eatery at the Movies, which is okay. I mean, I didn't think it was terrible. Maybe it was, I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, I was gonna upload it the night that I finished it, but then I got to thinking, no, I think I'll wait until I do release the video. That way they kind of coincide with each other, and maybe it'll be easier to find the building. And then I got to thinking, I like the name, but this restaurant really reminded me of a kaleidoscope with all the colors and, the asymmetrical or the symmetrical look between the two sides, kind of trying to keep the mirrored effect. I thought a kaleidoscope basically does that. And I thought that name was a lot better for this restaurant than what I had originally decided on. So I did wind up changing the name. And I really like those tiles, but they're kind of loud. So, feel free to change it up to suit your style, but I absolutely love it. I was very happy with this one. Probably one of my best builds, but then again, like I told you, I don't build much, so I don't have much to compare it to. See, those tables are and chairs are kind of plain. They're ones that came with the dine-in or dine-out pack. Yeah, that's it. And then like the counters and stuff, I think those came from the kitchen, Cool Kitchen or whatever it is, the one that comes with like the ice cream maker and stuff. I like those, and then I think that refrigerator may have come from the same pack. I don't know. But when I put more lights in, I realized I missed that other table. That one right there on the right. I completely missed putting a light over the top of it. Excuse me. Feel free to go ahead and put another light in there. I don't think it really needs one. And I did not change it to include that a light over that table. I just left it alone because there is plenty of light in this restaurant as it is. I didn't think it needed another one. Even though it's a little unbalanced. I understand. And if you're a little OCD, it might bother you. But honestly, when I played, it didn't bother me. I didn't even notice until I was making the video and editing the footage later. That's when I realized I forgot to put a light over that table. And then I also realized I forgot speakers. So I had to go back and put those in. Because every restaurant needs speakers. And the number that I put in there, I think I put in too many originally. So I may wind up taking some out before I load it to the gallery. I love those trees. Those are cute trees. And then the planters, or the pot that those trees are in, reminds me of one of my favorite Korean bands, EXO. It looks very similar to their symbol that they have for their band. I thought that was really cool. And then it kind of looks like a Japanese tree, which would also be, you know, Asian. And I thought it was very fitting. I found that very cute. So I don't know if they knew that when they made it, or if it was completely unintentional, but I like it. I think I almost had the inside completely done. There was a few touches I still had to do, but I really needed to finish the outside, and I was having trouble finding the right size of slats to match the lower part. As you can see, I made the restaurant Chef's Kitchen homey, and I did the up and coming one for the new pack, for the Get Famous pack. I thought that would be neat, you know, and like with the theme, the whole movie theme, it fit perfectly with, you know, fame and fortune and whatnot. So I thought it was very appropriate. Well, looks like I'm almost done here. So if you like the video, hit like. If you haven't already, subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when I release new episodes. And I hope you download this restaurant and enjoy it as much as I know I'm going to.